Guys, this is going to be a fun ass show. I've got the two usual suspects coming to help me, but first I got to open up the chat. This is ridiculous because Facebook still has not let anybody know that I was live outside of my what do you call it? My brand page. I have to sit here and wait for it to show up in the timeline to even turn the comments on because I can't see anybody's comment. I'm going to tell you why I named it These Hoes Ain't Loyal. I'm pretty sure you got it from the caption though. Okay, that one's open. Let's open this one so I can see all your comments come in. No copyrights because this is not the Chris Brown original song. Everything is open. Hello, guys. Please do me a favor and share this live. We're going to have fun. We're going to spend time tonight calling out Joe Biden and the Democrats and the socialist Democrats on all their crap, especially the SJW Democrats. And I think you guys know why. He called brown and black people dumb because we don't know how to go get phones. We don't know how to register for a COVID vaccine. We don't know how to find a Walgreens. We're not diverse in thought. How much more can you take? And when are they going to call him out for it? You just got notified? Well, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Wait a minute. I don't even have my logo in the corner. I'm slacking. I'm going to bring my two guests up, though. We got Chelly and we got Casey here.
What up, everyone?
What's up, guys? Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Let's have some fun. The first thing I'm going to pull up, we have to call Joe Biden out on his racism because I can remember for like 4 years straight, that's all we talked about with Trump. Do you guys remember that?
We're still talking about it. I didn't know we were done.
Everything's his fault.
Everything. I'm not even going to go there yet, but everything is Trump's fault, and it's annoying. It's annoying. But I want to play this to keep it fresh in everybody's mind, okay? This is what Joe Biden said at the town hall. The town hall was full of craziness. Full of craziness. CNN is covering for him. Mainstream media, period, is covering for him. Period, point blank. The government is covering for Joe because he's not there. The mall is open, but ain't nobody shopping. So let's make America think again. And do me a favor, guys, share this live before we get started so people don't miss much and we can all have fun and expose some stuff together.
The other
can you hear that
portion is a lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination at the Walgreens or at the particular.
What world does Joe live in where we don't know how to do those things? Everything that we do is digital. Everything is online. Like literally everything is online.
I'm the only white one.
I don't get it.
I'm the only one that knows how to get a vaccine on this panel, apparently. So I don't know what to tell you.
Me and Cindy are asked out because I cover the Hispanic version and she covers the Black American version.
It's all right. I'll go shopping at Walgreens for you guys if you need me to.
We don't know how to get there.
Yeah, can you guide us? Can you pick us up?
Yeah.
And you need to tell us how to fill the paperwork out because we don't know how to register either.
Period.
Oh man.
Well, isn't it like the same exact concept with the whole voter ID?
Yes. It's very racist to assume that we don't know how to go get these things.
I'm like,
people don't see that.
It's ridiculous. It's the thing is that people see what they want to see, right? Like the three of us, and of course, there's other people in our group that we can see it clearly. Like you hear it, and then you're like, "Wait, what the fuck?" But the thing that I think is like for the last 4 years, and again, you guys all know I was not a Trump supporter until May of maybe summer of 2021. But even then, I was able to call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? So,
Facts.
so Casey, help me. I'm dumb.
What do you mean you're dumb?
So,
He's
but
he's
my
he's, he's
thing was,
brown.
you can call it. You can call a spade, and when they have been calling for everything Trump does or has done, everything was called. I don't care what he said that they took out of context. They called it. They called it. So
Right.
you're trying to tell me that you don't see no stupid shit Joe Biden has done or said? And miss me with that. You're not that stupid. You're playing stupid. You're not that stupid.
No, he's not playing stupid. We know that.
He's out of there. Dementia set
I'm
in.
not talking about Joe. I'm talking about the people that support him.
Okay.
That have called Trump out repeatedly, and you're trying to tell me, oh no, that's not what he said. What he meant was.
Yes, that's what they always say.
Words
But
matter.
you know what? The black people that get so upset with Trump, and I'm gonna call you out. The ones that get so upset with Trump, Bernard, I'm calling you out. The last guy that was on my show, he almost had a meltdown talking about Trump and how racist he was. Joe Biden is literally saying that we don't have the brain capacity to do these things. And when you excuse it as a black person, as a brown person, you're admitting that you're dumb, you're weak, and you're less than a white person. You're admitting that. Silence is omission, bro. You're admitting that you're less than. So don't give you. I'm going to play the clip that they put together, and this is Huffington Post. They put this together to say that Trump has always been a racist. Okay? You just heard what Joe said. Now I'm going to play what everybody else deems to be racist. It's going to scare you.
A well-educated black.
Puerto Rico.
These are animals.
Look at my African American over here.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
When he talks that way, the way he did on this tape, it confirmed that he is truly a racist.
A well-educated black has a tremendous advantage over a well-educated white. A black may think that they don't really have the advantage. If I was starting off today, I would love to be a well-educated black.
They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians.
It would be 9 blacks against 9 whites, all highly educated, very smart, strong, beautiful people, right?
Pocahontas is a.
How is that racist? It would be 9 blacks against 9 whites, and they'll all be highly educated and talented. Like, please, bro. They chopped up everything he said. They broke it up. They edited it. That's not a straight clip of him talking. This is racism in America.
I love the clip from 1989. The 1989 clip. It's like that was kind of used back then. It was not rare. Like, why is it a big deal? But you're playing it in 2020, like thinking, oh, it's a big deal now.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Pocahontas, I think she's as Native American as I am, okay?
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. I want surveillance of certain mosques.
Negotiating with China. They say, we want deal.
I'm asking for the vote of every single African American citizen in this country. What do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose?
Look at my African American over here. Look at him.
We are from India. All of my friends in Little Havana. We are also praying for the people of Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico. And we also love Puerto Rico. Yeah. Come here. You're not nervous, right? Speaks perfect English.
No, I'm not a racist. I am the least racist person that I can tell.
Welcome to America, where everything is spun, doctored, freaking mutilated, manipulated, and then spit back out to you for you to accept as reality. They're selling an alternate reality. That is not, he didn't say anything racist there. They chopped everything up. I just played you a live, full clip of Joe Biden saying that blacks and Hispanics, Latinos, they don't know how to do these things that I sit here and do every day. And then you specifically pinpointed which blacks. Oh, the ones in the country and the ones that are in the inner city.
You country folks. Huh.
I blame the
So
city.
everybody that lives in a rural area, if you're black, if you're Hispanic, if you're Latino, you're dumb. You're dumb.
Or if you live in the inner city districts.
You're stupid. And you don't know how to do basic things like that. You don't know how to go sign up to get an ID either. You don't know where the DMV is. You don't know where none of that stuff is.
And this is my thing on it. Not only that, he's saying exactly what I interpreted the way you interpreted it, Suni. And to add on to that is you're doing one of two things, right? Joe Biden thinks he's cute, or whoever his people who give his speeches in his ear, they think they're cute. So they're pandering to Hispanics and Latinos, trying to make them be like, oh, you guys are relevant and we're helping you out. This is just me being the devil's advocate, right? I'm going to give you the other side for the naysayers. So either you're pandering to Hispanics and Black Americans, like, oh yeah, I want to make sure they count. But then you, right as you're giving them a little bit, here you go and put the smack down because you motherfuckers are stupid, basically. Like, so it's either one, you're trying to pander and trying to make it sound so other people could, because you only play bit clips. So people are going, oh, he's always talking about blacks and Hispanics. He really cares about us, right? So that's one. The other side is just no. Joe Biden has a history of being a racist, and everybody says it's okay, or the people that voted for him because he apologized for it. So it's all is forgiven. Well, this comment, once he's president, shows me that he is a true racist, and nothing has changed. That goodbye kiss is gone. Good night.
It's okay. He also did say in the middle of his town hall that everyone knows I like kids better than people.
Sniff, sniff.
Wow. Wow. Well, here's my theory. All right. I'm going to try to break it down to everybody's level. Socialist Democrats are like the really attractive thought in the room, okay, that you get burned by. And this specific thought, man or woman, doesn't matter. Thoughts can be either gender. I'm playing fair here.
All kind of hoes out there.
They burn you and you go back every time. You know what you're going to get with them. These hoes ain't loyal. So I'm going to point out how these hoes ain't loyal, bro. They're not loyal. Did you see what's going on in Texas? Did you see Texas? Have you heard our government talk about Texas at all?
Yeah, they're talking about the heat wave in Texas with climate change. They don't know what to do about it.
Climate change, sure.
It's all about climate change.
Well, Texas is in survival mode. I put this up. I also took pictures and plastered them all over my Facebook. These people have been without power for 5 days, over 500,000. 7 million still have to boil their water. Stores don't have food. Why is this not on the scale of like Hurricane Katrina? Let me not even compare Hurricane Katrina because they didn't show up for them either.
No.
Why are they not treating this like a natural disaster? These people need food. They're in line 4 and 5 hours to get food. They are the party of the people, right? Nancy Pelosi says, we know what they need. We are the party of the people, the American people. Well, the American people are struggling. Where are you?
I believe they just did they claimed it like a disaster. And having FEMA and stuff.
Biden just approved that.
Right, correct.
5 days later.
That's what I meant. They just did it. Like it literally was just signed. And one of them is not signed still. I think Louisiana requested it. Texas requested it. And I think there was one other one. One of them just went through. It has not been approved yet, but it's supposed to be approved. And 2 were just approved, I believe. Was it last night, Casey, or this morning?
I don't know the exact time, but it was just very recent to where I didn't read it before, and then all of a sudden
it was very recent. It was very recent, but Suni's exactly right. Like it was last minute. Like these people have been hurting
for a while.
and
How many times have we joked about it on the show, like about the cold and everything? Like it's there. Like
yeah.
And no one's doing anything about it. Now, let's be honest, like it's also somewhat the state's responsibility at the same time. States have requested it. Texas has requested it. It just sat there and waited for Joe Biden to get the brain cells together to figure out how to grab a pen and take some action.
Well, here's my I also have a theory about this, and I brought it up maybe like last week. Joe Biden's stimulus package is a bailout for the states that decided to lock down. Period, point blank. It's a bailout for them. It's 1.9 trillion.
Yep.
Texas has been somewhat vocal in this entire process of the election. They've called out Domingue and they've called out Joe. It makes me feel like the lack of air or just like the delay moves to go help people is kind of personal, especially when you got a bailout for blue states and you were on Trump's butt when he was not getting a ship that Cuomo didn't even freaking use to New York. And now he's getting called out for all his crap with the nursing home. He did so much fraudulent stuff. He killed so many people. Now he's getting called out. Why are we not calling Joe Biden out? He's not getting aid there fast enough for these people. Is he racist? Does he not really care about the states? Is he incompetent? Are we not going to keep the same energy?
Fact.
The other thing that I would expect from a president, any president, doesn't matter who it is, to at least do some presidential address to be like, hey, we see what's going on. We're doing something. Acknowledge the situation. Just like what they put on Donald Trump 45 minutes into the freaking protest at the riot, right? Here we are going on when we had a full heads up on this. We knew what was going to happen and we called it a polar vortex a week prior. And we didn't know it would be this disastrous, but hell, where is the president? There's also gas shortages now in Texas because they can't get gas anymore. So the generators they have, if they don't run on natural gas, they're going to be in struggles. Natural gas is also going to be shorting out. So if power doesn't come back on, which it looks like we're making progress, but still at the end of this, it's okay for Biden to not address the nation, but it's not for the other presidents.
Period. And people are saying, well, he's not in control. It's Kamala. That's even better because you are the first African-American Black VP. This would be your moment to shine. Oh, he's not going to do it. All right, let me stand up and be a leader. You know, women can be president. Well, why is she so quiet? Why is she not doing her job? Why is she not appealing to the American people, making sure they're okay? This is a party of the people. But look what's happening in Texas. And I'm going to call out Ted Cruz. We already talked about it behind the scenes. He did. And I think he's a sellout for that, period.
I was just pulling up articles to sit in case we needed them. Like once you discussed it about Ted Cruz. So yeah, we got to be able to call him out on both sides of the fence, right? Because it's only fair. All we ask for as Trump supporters was fairness from the beginning.
Right.
Like, hey, if he fucks up, we'll call him on it because at the end of the day, we're about we the people and we the people matter. So we need to call him out on both sides. So Ted Cruz, yes, you done goofed. You done fucked up. You went on vacation when your people are going through what Suni's showing right now. But while I was looking at that, and I'm not going to give him a pass, I'm going to ride his ass like Zorro too. He did cut his vacation short and came back.
I guess.
He says,
I don't know. When you're riding the coattails of a president that actually cared about the country, cared about the states, and made sure they were first, and you're talking about putting America first, I'm going to hold you to that.
I agree with you.
They held Trump to the fire. I'm going to hold Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and everybody else to the fire, bro, because it's not fair. I'm going to do your job for you, media. Look at this. Look at their house, bro. It's cold as heck. Number one, they got water in their house. FEMA's just now getting started going there. They're 5 days in.
Yep.
See, and Trump actually even had a better response to Hurricane Harvey than this.
He really did. The world did. That's what's crazy about it. Right. The world came together for Hurricane Harvey. But we're just going to ignore Texas.
Right. It's weird.
All right.
There's pictures that I've seen that are just awful. Like
Black Lives Matter. Sorry, I had to be petty.
When you have icicles coming off of your ceiling fan in your house, like it tells you something. Bro. It's ridiculous.
It's insanity. Look at this. Look at this sign. It's cold there. There were a few people, viewers watching me live the other day. They were like, it's negative 20 degrees in South Dakota. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Mm-hmm.
Negative 20 degrees?
It reached a negative 25 in Kansas City, Missouri.
God.
Like, it's crazy. And that's not far from Texas. I don't even understand like how that gets that cold in the middle of our country. That's not a cold state.
I don't know, bro. I have no idea. All I know is these hoes ain't loyal.
Period.
Woo! I posted this yesterday, about 21 hours ago. I even talked about it on the live Primetime Patriots. Like, we put it out, and I was like, so nobody's going to pick this up. Nobody's going to pick this up. So CNN fact-checked Joe for his statistical errors, but he has more than that. Shelly's got all that stuff lined up for us. So we're going to go further into that. But I'm going to start with this ridiculous quote he made about minimum wage. Now, it makes absolutely no sense. So when I read it to you, if I sound weird, it's because that's how Mr. Joe said it. Are you ready? Biden said the $7.25 per hour federal minimum wage is too low. Then soon after, for example, if we gradually increased it, when we index it at $7.20, if we kept it indexed to inflation, people will be making $20 an hour right now. That's what it would be. CNN fact checked this. I don't even know what he's saying to label it false because he did not finish not one of these sentences that he started. And I'm kind of being serious because this shows you where his mental state is at. He didn't finish any sentence. It's like he hears it in his head and then it skips. I got to go somewhere else. Okay, that skipped too. And then somehow we got to $20. We started at $7.25. We dropped to $7.20 and now we're at $20. Okay.
Common Core math. I'm just going to say that. We're going to.
Do you want to know how this is false, guys? This is false. CNN says this is false. The White House told CNN after the event that Biden got it mixed up with other statistic about minimum wage. I don't know what the hell he mixed up because, like I just said, he didn't finish 2 sentences that he started. 2. Today's federal minimum wage of $7.25 per hour, which took effect in 2009, it would not even be even close to $20 per hour if Congress had decided to link it to inflation. Adjusted for inflation, $7.25 in January 2009 equal to $8.98 in January 2021. I don't even understand their fact check. You're trying to clean up this man's mess because he's not there. The mall is open, but ain't nobody shopping. He did this all night.
Yes, he did.
All night. Not even kidding.
Shelly,
you have some videos. Let's play some videos for them to see.
Do you have the statement of when he said he was waking up in bed with Jill?
Cool.
Joe Biden.
When he was waking up with Jill?
Yeah, he said, I get up in the morning and I look at Jill and say, where in the hell are we?
Oh my God.
He said that? Pull that up right now. Pull that up.
Let me see if I
Right
can find it. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Listen, everything you hear here tonight is a fact. Okay? Don't ask me for a link. It's a fact. I'm pulling up the links as I go. That's one more thing I'm going to start doing in shows. You can see the link right there. That way you don't have to ask me for a source, please, because a lot of times the source is my brain. Where did that noise just come from? It sounded like Xbox.
I was on mute. I don't know.
It's probably my house. Look, the lights is on, but ain't nobody home. Yes. Okay. Is this it, Shelly?
This is not the one about Joe Biden. This is the one about the little girl.
Okay.
A little girl asked him about COVID, and
okay.
Pay close attention to what he says to her.
All right.
Sorry, hold on. I gotta press play.
Uh-oh, we got to add.
The fuck?
Let's pull it down for now so they don't copyright me.
It didn't have an ad earlier.
Stanley Tucci, searching for
Can you hear it though?
Sundays at 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
As we've been talking about, the coronavirus is very real and very scary. And it's especially scary for children who may or may not understand. My children, Layla, 8 here, and my son, Mateo, 7 at home, often ask if they will catch COVID, and if they do, will they die? They are watching as others get the vaccine, and they would like to know, when will kids be able to get the vaccine?
Well, first of all, honey, what's your first name?
Layla.
Layla, beautiful name. First of all, kids don't get the vaccine, get COVID very often. It's unusual for that to happen. They don't. And the evidence so far is children aren't the people most likely to get COVID. Number one. Number two, we haven't even done tests yet on children as to whether or not the certain vaccines would work or not work, or what is needed. So you're the safest group of people in the whole world, number one. Number two, you're not likely to be able to be exposed to something and spread it to mommy or daddy. And it's not likely mommy and daddy are able to spread it to you either. So I wouldn't worry about it, baby, I promise you. But I know it's kind of worrisome. Are you in first grade, second grade?
Second.
Oh, you're getting old. Second grade.
Yes, and by the way,
well,
what you all know,
have you been in school, honey? No. See, that's kind of a scary thing too. You don't get to go to school, you don't get to see your friends. And so what a lot of kids, and big people too, older people, their whole lives have sort of changed like when it used to be. You used to be able to just go outside and play with your friends and get in the school bus and go to school and everything was normal. And now when things change, people get really worried and scared. But don't be scared, honey. Don't be scared. You're going to be fine. And we're going to make sure mommy's fine too.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
So we're going to stop or what? Now, there's a bunch of things that we can pick apart in this statement, and I'm going to pick out the first one. He said, this has not been tested on children. Well, it hasn't been tested on adults either.
That me?
Just saying. That is you.
Sorry.
It hasn't been tested on adults. And he also said that children are least likely to get it. They don't transmit it, and adults can't give it to a kid. So that means that schools can open and teachers can stop lying and saying they're not safe. So now we can expose the teachers union for just trying to get more money. We can also expose the school district for jerking everybody around.
Well, not only that, but if kids are the least vulnerable population, which we've known since the day one, why are they still wearing masks? Why are they being forced to wear a mask?
Thank you.
Why are they not back in school? Do you guys remember? I pulled up videos of Trump saying they needed to go to school. And that started like the push. Once he got more and more information, he started pushing. I want to say it was like between June and July to like, we need to open up our schools. We need to open up our schools. And they called him all kind of fucking names. They rid him to filth. And again, this is not about comparing Biden's presidency to Trump's presidency, because one, there's no comparison so far. I've not found a great thing he's done, not one.
He's breaking records right now. He's breaking records.
But not good records. But so my thing was, one, why aren't the schools open? Trump pushed for it way back in June, July, August, was pushing. Nothing. So now he's saying basically that kids cannot really catch it. There's no testing that has been done on kids. One, guess what? The most vulnerable population, we all know, are elderly and people with underlying conditions.
Yes.
There were no test, no trials done on that population. None. Zero. I've looked. Not Pfizer, not Moderna, not Johnson & Johnson. None on that population. So saying that, well, kids, we don't know how it will affect kids. Well, guess what? You also don't know how it will affect your elderly or your vulnerable population of people with underlying conditions. So why are you pushing for adults to get this vaccine when you don't know? And again, if you want to get the vaccine, that's a you thing. Everybody has the right to choose what's best for them. But I will not be a test dummy for nobody, period.
Well, he just kind of disproved their entire theory that it wasn't safe.
Right.
They went after Trump. They went after Trump crazy when he said that kids need to go back to school. And I'm going to play a news clip of when he actually said it. The news went after him and said that he was not being safe. He wasn't thinking about the well-being of children or the teachers. But now it turns out that kids don't transmit it and adults can't give it to a kid. So you've just kept schools closed for nothing. So that means parents have lost their children to suicide because suicide ratings have gone up in America.
And that's
significantly.
And that's another thing. Why are we not talking about, when I saw that video, why are we not talking about what psychological effects this has had on our children?
Well, and addiction's through the roof too.
Suni just mentioned a couple of them. Like, we got to talk about it.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy that we have to sit here and do this for the media because they don't want to do their jobs. That's what's more disturbing, and people are falling for it.
President Trump and his coronavirus task force say kids
Can you guys hear that?
Yes.
need to go back to school in the fall. But getting them there isn't going to be easy. Amy Wattis has a look at what local families could face.
And as the president made clear yesterday, it's time. It's time for us to get our kids back to school.
Vice President Mike Pence didn't mince words during today's White House coronavirus task force meeting. That's what the Trump administration wants. President Trump going so far as to tweet Wednesday morning, threatening to cut off funding to schools if they don't reopen in the fall. Not long after that, the president tweeted again, slamming guidelines for reopening schools issued by the CDC as very tough and expensive. The CDC issued a 9-page checklist for educators to help determine if a school is ready to reopen, daily and weekly readiness, and plans for what to do if someone gets sick. The checklist urges schools to follow state and local guidelines.
It would be personally very disappointing to me, and I know my agency, if we saw that individuals were using these guidelines as a rationale for not reopening our schools.
McKeesport Superintendent Mark Holtzman says the district is hoping to return to school in the fall, but says it's hard to predict what will happen with COVID cases being so high in Allegheny County right now. He says going back to school, though, is in the best interest of the McKeesport community for many reasons, not just learning.
We look forward to getting them back and kind of getting back into a routine because, you have families, they're struggling and the parents are going to work and children are left at home, and it makes a very, very difficult time for all of us.
He says the district's back to school plan is about 2/3 of the way done and doesn't think the CDC's guidelines are discouraging.
A lot of them are just recommendations that allow schools to kind of adjust according to what's in the best interest of their kids.
Holtzman says the district has been in talks with the county health department and other districts and hopes to update parents on some plans soon.
The Pennsylvania Department of Education expects to release some additional guidance in the next several days. After the president's tweet, the CDC says it will be releasing some new guidance next week.
So we just listened to them slam Trump for simply saying the kids need to go back to school. Biden just said that children are safe because they don't transmit to each other and adults can't give it to them. This person just said, Bonnie, I definitely believe there's something behind this. I'm going to show you what's behind this. And it's all going to make sense. You're going to know why certain states did what they did, why they went as hard as they did. Boom. This was put out January 15th. And I don't think people paid attention to it, but I called it out a few times. I did a live around it. This stimulus package is bailout, is payback for every state that decided to lock down. They're about to get paid out the ass for everything they did. Hospitals already got their money. Schools are about to get money. Schools that did not open and don't need the funding. States that stayed closed. Small businesses are going to get destroyed. They're not going to qualify for these loans. We just need to be honest about it. The first set of loans they put out, I put a post on my page. How many small business owners were able to get this loan? More than half of them said no.
Correct.
This is what COVID-19 was for. It's for the Great Reset. It was to destroy Trump's legacy, wipe out the economy growth that he'd made, make him look like garbage, bro. Straight up trash. And everything is coming out. Like literally everything is coming out.
I still would like to understand someone that believes in any of this, but everybody's so silent they don't even want to admit they supported him anymore. It's crazy. I don't hear anything that, oh yeah, Biden, I'm a Biden supporter. I don't see that. It's awkward.
You can't. It's almost like they're grasping reality like crap. What did we do? Is this really happening? I understand it. I did a live yesterday where I kind of related to a lot of people in a way because I was there too. Some stuff is like beyond reality for you. You're like, there's no way our government's doing this, and you just think that it's not happening, but it's just ignorance. There's a way that you can come out of it. Do your research. Fox News I said it before Fox News, and then Fox News has put it out. This is a bailout for the states that locked down. Period.
Yep.
1.9 trillion is going to the states, bro, not the American people, the states. So it's behind a paywall, and you got to go to the state to get your money. Socialism 101. I'm going to tie all this into socialism as well. I hope that everybody's still on the train with me and nobody's bored. This is live. This is really how we do our war rooms. Sometimes when we're behind the scenes and we're talking about what's going on, it's crazy. Casey also pulled up another fact. CNN, once again. I'm loving CNN. I'm getting to use your words against you, buddy.
I like their fact checks lately. I've always ignored them, but now I've read a few good ones over the last week. I'm like, all right, I'll go back and read what they said about Rand Paul. And I read this and I'm like, cool.
I'll let you take this one. What do you got on this one?
In this one, if you scroll down a little bit in their facts check, I just want to highlight in the section where they go to it. So right there, they say, even though children appear to be affected less commonly than adults returning to school, still poses certain risks because the extent to which children transmit the virus to others remains unclear. In July, we knew what was going on. We knew how the transmission was working. We knew exactly how things were going. We just didn't have an election yet. So we're not going to admit anything. We're just going to claim ignorance. And so in here, they go into the next part talking about the administrators and the staff of the schools and how all of that can't happen. And then you have these other doctors saying, well, we don't know. We don't know. They call in all these other people and from CDC and everything. But now, ever since the election, or the certified votes, and that on January 6th, they started changing statistics ever since.
Yep.
How? Like they're just claiming complete ignorance. There's not much that we learned about COVID between July and now. Not much.
We when Beetlejuice, I remember we talked about it on Primetime Patriots. Like right after Biden was inaugurated, Beetlejuice came out and said, we got to open back up. We got to get our kids back to school. We got to get our businesses opening. Like we've been calling this out for months, man. And I feel like America's not thinking. Hashtag we need to make America think again because hashtag these hoes ain't loyal, bro. Democrats are showing their ass right now.
Mm-hmm.
Total ass. It's amazing.
Very few of us are talking about it, unfortunately, but we got to keep going with it.
What you got, Charlie?
I dropped an article. Remember when they were talking about loan forgiveness? Loan forgiveness. Oh, wait, let me debunk you really quick. Oh, goddamn, is there another ad? What the fuck is this? Oh, wait, I clicked on the wrong one. Hold on.
This night is all facts, bro. Facts.
So here we go.
Do we have a video of him saying that they're going to be doing student debt forgiveness? That would be great. We can counter both of them.
I'll pull it up. I'll try to look for it. Unless
Casey, can you pull it up while she's doing this part?
Yep, I sure can. I can't be that hard. He talked about it a lot.
Correct. This is dated February 17th. And your president says, I will not make that happen. Biden says he will not support a $50,000 in student debt forgiveness. Boom. There went that one.
Damn.
Do you have the notes on why he said he wasn't going to do student loan forgiveness?
They're right here.
So I can summarize real quick. What he said is he wanted all community colleges to be free. And then if you make under $125,000 a year, your parents do, they want you to the state colleges should be free if your family makes $125,000 a year.
Let's play this video and then we'll counter it with the video where he said he was going to forgive it. You can play that video, Chelly, the one that was on there from the Twitter feed.
You want me to play it?
Yeah. And then Casey's going to pull up
okay,
where he's saying he will forgive it. Kind of like fracking.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even think about that one, but you're right. Okay, so let me pull this up. Let me share the audio.
Okay.
Loans are crushing my family, friends, and fellow Americans.
Me too.
The American dream is to succeed, but how can we fulfill that dream when debt is many people's only option for free? We need student loan forgiveness beyond the potential $10,000 your administration has proposed. We need at least a $50,000 minimum. What will you do to make that happen?
I will not make that happen. Depends on whether or not you go to a private university or public university. It depends on the idea that I say to a community, I'm going to forgive the debt, the billions of dollars of debt for people who have gone to Harvard and Yale and Penn and schools. My children, I went to a great school, I went to a state school. But is that going to be forgiven rather than use that money to provide for early education for young children who come from disadvantaged circumstances? But here's what I think. I think everyone, and I've been proposing this for 4 years, everyone should be able to go to community college for free.
Oh,
it's $9 billion, and we should pay for it. And the tax policies we have now, we should be able to pay for it. You spend almost that much money as a break for people who own racehorses. And I think any family making under $125,000 whose kids go to a state university they get into that should be free as well.
They love this word free. Where is that coming from? It's free, guys.
$3.99. Well,
Free.
I got something funny. Here's an ad for Joe.
I have something straight from his Twitter account.
Oh, we're gonna put that up too.
I was
Can you guys hear that?
terrified of going into debt after I graduated high school. It's one of the reasons why I chose a vocational trade. So many people are affected by years and years of student debt in a job market that doesn't support them paying off their student loans. That really hinders the social progress of so many American families. The fact that Joe Biden wants to forgive student debts is something I'm excited about voting for him. As a political organizer, I advocate for the rights of families, housing justice, environmental justice. I also run a community garden. We give vegetables to local churches, our neighbors. I really enjoy the work I do. My neighborhood and my community is important to me. I think under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, there will be increased opportunities for higher education, more opportunities for people to advance themselves. That's why I'm with Biden and Harris.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Hey, let's see if we could get him on your show. I want to know how he feels now.
These hoes ain't loyal. No, they ain't. They ain't loyal, bro. They ain't did nothing they said they was gonna do for y'all. Nothing.
And it's only been month 1.
You got the Twitter post, Casey?
Yeah, I'm just pulling it up right now.
Oh God. Now I can't get him on here now. I don't even know his name.
Oh.
But I would love to know. I want to know how much you got paid to do this ad.
Right? Hang on. So I don't even know. Let me do it this way. I think I know what I did. I opened this and I opened it up in Firefox, and so it doesn't want to show up in my select screen option. But I got it.
I think that dude got paid in fertilizer.
Yeah, right.
For his garden, he got fertilizer.
We'll fix your garden up real nice, but you're going to do this ad for us.
Right?
Okay.
Jeez. Okay, it's not pulling up. I'm putting it in the private chat real quick. You can
Okay.
just pull up that tweet. It's his exact tweet from March 22nd last year.
We're debunking it all.
It's probably because I have too many windows open and I can't choose my certain browser.
Additionally, we should forgive a minimum. Minimum. All right? Words matter, like Chelly says. Minimum of $10,000 each person of federal student loans, as proposed by Senator Warren and colleagues. Young people and other student debt holders bore the brunt of the last crisis. It shouldn't happen again. So, Joe Biden, you're getting officially fact-checked here at Hot Mic by Suni, Casey, and Chelly.
Period. And we determined that was a lie.
He also is not sending you $2,000. He took $600 out of that because Trump sent it to you already.
Yep, $1,400. That's all you get.
If you get it, because he said some people will not be able to qualify. There's little stipulations, I believe. I believe there's stipulations.
It's always behind a government paywall. Listen, I gotta put the tunes back on because I have been exposing left and right how these hoes ain't loyal. They're not loyal. I need some Biden supporters to come out right now and explain this
Where y'all
to
at?
me and the rest of the world. Explain it. He did it for green veggies.
I told you he did it for the fertilizer.
Good night, Robert.
Night, dude.
Oh my God, bro. We have more stuff. Like, it doesn't stop there. Okay. We have so much. I could probably sit here and do a 5-hour show calling Joe Biden on all his shit. I probably literally could, but I'm going to keep this to an hour max. Hey, look, that's another way they're going to get people.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not only forget about when he ran on his campaign, when they talked about they had a plan, they talked about they were going to get rid of COVID, They had it all set. Well, guess what Joe Biden said at his town hall in Wisconsin?
What did he say? Oh, she's got the receipts. Pull it up.
Hold on. Let's
Uh-oh.
bring it. Let's bring it.
These hoes ain't loyal, bro. Can I give you my son's number? What am I calling your son for? I don't think he would appreciate Suni calling him. I might not be a big deal to him. He might be like, who are you? Tell him to watch the show and I'll have a conversation with him. That'd be awesome.
All right, let me share it. I was playing it and skipping the ad. Look at me, I'm learning.
Thank you for chilling with us, Jenny. We have consistently held over 100 viewers for an hour straight. That means that my show is pretty dope. Just saying.
Can you guys see it?
Yep. I'll pull it up right now.
I was like, I can't.
Let me know when to play it, Sony.
Go ahead, play it. You got to put the sound on too.
Yeah, I put it on already.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, I didn't.
All the experts, all the committee that I put together, the leading researchers in the world, in the United States, are on this committee of mine, headed by Dr. Fauci and others. They tell me be careful not to predict things that you don't know for certain what's going to happen, because then you'll be held accountable. I get that. But let me tell you what I think based on all that I've learned and all that I've studied and all that I think that I know. It's a high probability that the vaccinations that are available today and the new one, Johnson & Johnson, God willing, will prove to be useful, that with those vaccinations, the ability to continue to spread the disease is going to diminish considerably because of what they call herd immunity. And now they're saying somewhere around 70% of the people have to constitute. Some people said 50, 60, but a significant number have to be in a position where they have been vaccinated and or they've been through it and
have antibodies.
I'm fact checking Joe Biden all night.
If that works that way, as my mother would say, with the grace of God and the goodwill of the neighbors, that by next Christmas, I think we'll be in a very different circumstance, God willing, than we are today. I think a year from now, when zero here, a year from now, I think that there'll be significantly fewer people having to be socially distanced, have to wear masks, etc. But we don't know. So I don't want to overpromise anything here. I told you when I ran and when I got elected, I will always level with you. Use Franklin Roosevelt's example. I will shoot you, give it straight from the shoulder what I know and what I don't know. We don't know for certain, but it is highly unlikely that by the beginning of next year's traditional school year in September, we are not significantly better off than we are today. But it matters. It matters whether you continue to wear that mask. It matters whether you continue to socially distance. It matters whether you wash your hands with hot water. Those things matter. They matter. And that can save a lot of lives while we're getting to this point we get to herd immunity.
You know what he's saying? We're going to vaccinate everybody by force and then life will go back to normal.
Yep.
And those that aren't vaccinated won't go back to life to normal. Period, point blank. If you want to function, you're going to get a shot. It may not come this year. It may not come the following year, but you can best believe at some point they're going to try to force this on people. The longer they test it, the more they're going to go through it and try to get it mandated. That's why the military, 1/3 of our military has said absolutely no. You haven't done enough testing on it. I don't know the effects, so I'm not doing it. That's crazy. You haven't even tested it. You haven't tested it on humans. You got people asking, can we vaccinate our kids? They haven't tested it. Where are your brains, parents? Like right now, where is your brain as a parent that you would even think about putting some unknown substance in your child that is not tested?
Correct. And he mentioned, he did also mention the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. We did a video a little bit back on COVID, and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in America, because the percentages goes down in other nations, is only 72% effective. 72% effective in America. Again, vaccines, this vaccine, any of the Pfizer, the Moderna, they do not prevent you from catching COVID. They are supposed to be effective in reducing symptoms of COVID. Pfizer and Moderna are 94 and 95% effective in reducing those symptoms. Johnson & Johnson is only 72% effective in reducing those symptoms. It does not prevent you from catching COVID.
And transmitting. They cannot confirm that it will stop transmission either.
Yep. Correct. And they have said it. The doctors have said it. I mean, not that I believe anything really Fauci said, because I think he flips more than a fish out of water.
Remember when Biden was bashing Fauci before he got into office? He was saying Fauci shouldn't be leading up the COVID committee, and then now all of a sudden he's there.
No.
Yeah. The highest paid federal employee.
Yeah. He was bashing him and the Surgeon General, and of course he only let one of them go.
Correct. And he also said during that video that it was highly unlikely by the next school year that we'll have any difference from what COVID is right now. Like, if you heard him during that video, he said it's highly unlikely by the next school opening year. But yet when he's talking later, he talks about that it's not effective with kids, that kids are like the least one to catch it or the least ones to spread it. So like, which one is it? I'm like, okay, tell me which one. It makes no fucking sense, to be honest.
This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Do we have another video of Joe?
Of Joe doing what? There?
Just making a fool of himself. What about the one where he's talking about waking up in bed?
Yes, I got that one. It's right here.
Okay.
Casey
We'll play
got
that one.
Let me
and
see.
We got 3 minutes, so we'll close out.
Actually, let me just send it to you.
That's a new hashtag. Okay. When we say these hoes ain't loyal, we're talking about socialist Democrats. They're not loyal, bro. The establishment, these hoes ain't loyal.
Shit, I'm talking about anybody who ain't for the people. I ain't gonna lie.
It's in private.
Republicans, yeah, too.
Facts.
If you ain't about us, they ain't about you.
This is who you nominated to be your president.
It's so funny. I can kind of understand why he said it, but no, I don't believe that is his real answer.
You take it out of context. That's not what he meant. He was saying this.
That's what they're going to say. But still, like, you listen to this and you're like, wait a minute. What other things did he say in this show? And then he says this? I don't think so.
I don't think I have the authority to do it by Sunday.
You have, over the years, over your career, you've already spent a great deal of time at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Except now you're living there and you're president. It's been 4 weeks. What's it like? How's it different?
I get up in the morning and look at Jill and say, where the hell are we? No, it's, look, it's,
so,
you know, I've only been president 4 weeks. And sometimes, because things are moving so fast, not because of burden, it feels like 4 years. It's not because of the burden. It's because there's so much happening that you focus on. You're constantly focusing on one problem or opportunity, one right ad seriatim. But what happens is that it's what I didn't realize. I had been in the Oval Office 100 times as vice president, or more than that, every morning for the initial meetings, but I had never been up in the residence. And one of the things that I don't know about you all, but I was raised in a way that you didn't look for anybody to wait on you. And it's where I find myself extremely self-conscious. They're wonderful people, work at the White House, but someone, standing there and, making sure hands me.
Oh my God, bro.
It's so funny because it's like, I get what he's saying, but it's like after the whole show and he says that, you're like, wait, I don't think you really mean that. No.
I'm self-conscious because I got people waiting on me. I've never been in this part of the White House. So it's like, where the hell am I?
He just, the best comedy I've seen in a long time.
Bro. Democrats are the janky car salesmen that sell you the beat up car that looks amazing. And when you drive it off the lot, you're like, fuck, what did I buy, bro? And you can't give it back because it's buy here, pay here. It's a final sale. So now you idiots are going to have to fight out of socialism. Sorry to break it to you. Kamala Harris is going to be your president. I don't care what you say. She's already taken over from. She's calling heads of states. She's calling the shots. She's always behind him. Every time he signs something, Kamala Harris is always right there. She's calling the shots right now. And I can guarantee you, I'm going to give it 6 months to a year. She's going to be the president. I just read to you one of his statements where he cannot finish 2 sentences. He can't finish 1 sentence clear. They threw 2 at him and he still couldn't get to 20. I'm trying to figure out how we got to 20. I'm still stuck there. Where are you guys at?
There's a lot. The other thing that we didn't talk about yet on his town hall, Anderson Cooper even answered his question a couple times for him. He couldn't come up with words. And Anderson Cooper's like, oh, you mean this? Oh, yeah. It's like, dude, really?
Well, this was live. I spent all this time fact checking Joe Biden live, like literally live. I have 1,000 different tabs open. I hope that people watch this, share this out. Another thing, guys, when you share this thing in particular, please make sure it's public. When you share your comments and you keep it as private to just your friends list only your friends list sees it. So just for this specific post, this specific live, make it public so it could be shared out. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to have some fun backstage, but this was fun. I'm probably going to come back tomorrow and fact check some more stuff since Joe Biden is just making it super easy, bro. Super, super easy. Thank you, Shelly and Casey, for helping me out. This was an awesome show. You guys ain't got any closing statements?
Hashtag fuck it up.
Oh, go first, Casey. Sorry.
You go ahead.
I was going to say, research for yourself. Watch our videos. We are the new media. Don't forget to like and share our videos. We greatly appreciate it. Make them public. Joe Biden is a liar, period.
Mostly just hashtag fuck it up. That's what's going to happen. But don't be ready for the government to save you. Make sure you're ready.
That's facts. I'm not even going to lie to you. That's facts. The government is not here to help you.
Texas hasn't proven that to you. If Harvey hasn't proven that to you, Katrina hasn't proven it to you. Government's not there to save it for you.
Shout out to Texas, bro. I'm praying for you. I think that we should start something at Primetime Patriots for the victims there. Seriously, maybe we can get a shirt dedicated to them when we can have people buy, and we'll donate the money to the people of Texas. We're going to find out how to put it together. I'm going to bring it up to Kaylee and Blake so we can be the change that we want to see. I can't be sitting here telling people to go out and do stuff and I'm not doing something myself. So that's my way of contributing back. Hopefully Kaylee or Blake is watching and I won't have to bring this up again because I think I'll forget. But I'm gonna reach out to them right after the show. So thank you guys for hanging with us. I'm going to go ahead and close out the show. We'll close it out with something funny. I'm going to fact check Joe Biden one more time before we get off here. One more time.
Yes. And by the way, what you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. You go to Florida, you find a very different attitude about immigration in certain places than you do when you're in Arizona. So it's a very different, a very diverse community. Yes.
Dog. Hey, he said we're stupid again. He said we're not diverse. At least he gave y'all some props, Chelly. He said you guys are diverse in thought. He gave you some props there, right? Does he get a pass?
He said some of us. I don't know which some of us he's talking about, because he talked about the Latinos in Florida, and then he talked about the ones in Arizona. So I don't know which one we are. I don't know. I'm lost. I think you should send it off with your video that you always play.
I should. Should I do it? Should I end this that way? All right.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, this is for Joe Biden, okay?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.